Number 7 or 6?
5.
Oh. Do you have a sharp, critical tongue? Am I answering that?
No, I was thinking.
Oh.
I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. I am a sensitive person. I am. But I'm not sensitive to like everything people say. I'm more sensitive to stuff people who are close to me say. Like if Gregory said something to me, or like if Steffi or my boyfriend said something to me, I would tend to take it to heart faster, because like it's different when your friends try to tell you something, like if your friends are being critical of you, because it's not to make you feel bad, it's usually to try and help you realize that you're doing something that is more uncomfortable. So they're trying to help you instead of just trying to hurt you. But like, so I'm not critical of them when they say stuff, I guess, but like I'm more critical when it comes to someone I don't know who is making a judgment on something. Like it's hard to describe. I'm critical of people placing judgments without knowing anything, and it kind of ties into the first question, because since I had that kind of awakening, it's been kind of like, well, why? I'll still give you a chance to explain, but sometimes I have to stop and be like, okay, calm down, Taisha. Because most of the time I've had to separate myself, because most of the time I go by Renee, and Renee is my middle name, and Renee is really chill. She like is very pensive about things, and she tries to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and let them explain themselves, and then offer suggestions or extra knowledge just to help everyone enjoy life and learn.
Renee is a psychology major.
Yeah. Taisha don't do that. Taisha is my first name, and Taisha, sometimes you say the wrong thing, Taisha just snaps, and someone's feelings will get hurt, and they won't be able to reform from that. And I have to calm that down. I don't do it very often, but Taisha tends to come out more when she's the sharp, critical part. So I have to rein her in every now and then. But majority of the time, I don't have a sharp, critical tongue. At least I feel like I don't. I could. I don't know. What about you?
I think everybody has a sense of criticism, and everybody's like, if they feel they know something more than somebody else does, everybody has that sense of, oh, I know more than you do, and oh, well, you're doing this wrong or something. They're trying to judge somebody on something. I think everybody has that.
I think it depends on the way you portray it, though, because some people, like, I know, like, there are stuff I know more about than you. Like, yeah. I know that. Everyone knows that. That's just not saying that, like, you just don't know and, like, you're dumb. Yeah. Like, they're just saying we don't have the same experiences and we haven't both learned the same thing. Because there's stuff you know about that I have no idea about. Yeah. And I think, depending on what it is, there's a way you can do it to where you're like, oh, well, this is interesting, I can help you with this, as opposed to, you're dumb for not knowing that. Yeah. Like, you have to be interested to learn something to know it. So I think it just depends. But I agree, I think everyone has that little bit where they're just like, I know this. And I also think it depends on who you're talking to, because like I said, friends adverse to strangers. Because if a stranger says something rude to me in a way about not knowing something, I'll be rude to them. Not because sometimes you just got to be petty. Sometimes because you want to be the good person, but then it's just like, look here, bitch. I know more about this than you. So don't.
Actually, earlier today, I went into Walgreens to pick up some concealer. Mm-hmm. And my sister's boss was in there, and she was being a bitch to the cashier. I used to work at Walmart for 2 years. I understand that computers have issues. I understand what the cashier's going through when they're having to take the bitchy side of customers.
Yep.
And the woman was just like, sitting there, no. She was being very ununderstanding of these people and like what they were having to fix and go through, because the computer was honestly having issues. And she was still just sitting there fucking negating everything they were saying, and almost stepped in. I almost just said, lady, look, you don't know what you're talking about. These people do. Let them fucking do it. Just leave them alone. You will get your fucking $2 refund in like 10 seconds if you just shut up. But
it was $2.
Yes, it was a price difference. It was some of her reward fucking system. But yeah, I stopped myself because I didn't know what was going on in her life. Like maybe she had a bad fucking day. But
even though that still doesn't excuse taking it out on someone else,
yeah.
But I understand that. I hate when people do that because I'm a cashier. Most of my jobs have been cashier, and I've had to deal with people. Do you frequently correct or criticize your mate, your pastor, or other people in positions of leadership, teachers, youth director, etc.?
No, like, who you think you are? Like, no, you should. That's something my dad always taught me. Like, people in leadership positions are always gonna think they know more than you, and even if they don't know more, don't judge them. Don't like try to be critical. Don't say, oh, I know more than you, because like that's a good way to get fired. That's a good way to get kicked out of your church if it's your pastor. It's a good way to just like fuck up your whole life on your own. So no, don't. I don't do that.
Are you critical of Jacob?
Yeah, but
frequently.
Like, I try not to say it. Like I try not to make it. I try to be understanding.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I do it, but of course hindsight is 20/20, and I'm not going to say that I do because I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that I do.
I think
I'm sure he sees it.
Yeah, everyone can pick up someone else's doing.
Yeah.
But it's harder to rein it in when you do it. I don't think I'm critical. In case you didn't watch the first video, both of our boyfriends have the same name, but they're completely different people. We're not in like a polyamorous relationship.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's not, but that's just I wouldn't be able to live. Bunny!
I'm jealous, and
you
like if I went somewhere and then like my two boyfriends were like at the house still having sex, I'd feel so left out. I don't want that.
Well, that wouldn't be a polyamorous relationship then. Because if you felt jealous about it, that means that there's maybe not some kind of connection.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm jealous. I personally couldn't be in one of those situations because that's not how I could. Yeah.
I feel you. I don't know. I could. Maybe I couldn't. I mean, I don't know. Because I'm not a very jealous person. Mm-hmm. I like explaining the difference between jealous and envious because a lot of people use them interchangeably. They're not the same. Jealous is when you're afraid someone's going to take what is yours, and envious is when you're afraid when you want to take what someone else has. So I'm not a jealous person, but like I think it would depend because like I know that Jacob wouldn't like cheat on me or like try to talk to someone else. Like that's just not something that's inconceivable. But like if someone kept hitting on him, then we would have a problem and I might go to jail. So don't do that.
What? Y'all had a story the other day that somebody was hitting on him and you were about to like kick a bitch or something.
I don't remember.
I remember you saying something.
It probably happened. He might have told me that like someone I remember it happened at the Halloween party.
Yeah.
I had a Halloween party this past year, and some of my friends from school came, and this one girl, she didn't know that Jacob was my boyfriend, and she was like, I wasn't gonna kick her, but I just thought it was funny. But she was like, oh, that guy over there, he's really cute, and it was my boyfriend. I was like, yeah, he's cute. And she was drunk, admittedly, so it was even funnier. But she was like, so is your boyfriend here? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, where is he? And I was like, it's the cute guy. And she was just like, oh. And it was just funny.
Do you give undue time, attention, and effort to your physical appearance? Hair, makeup, clothing, weight, body shape, avoiding appearance of aging?
Do you see this? In all honesty, not really. Like, I don't, there wouldn't be anything wrong with wearing makeup every day and wanting to pay attention to how you look. Cause I mean, that's how you look. You want to feel good about yourself. I think it's a healthy thing, but I think you should find balance when you do those things. Me personally, I don't wear makeup every day. That's just because, like, it's not because I feel like people would think of me as a narcissistic person. I wouldn't care. But it's mostly because, number one, my skin is acne prone, so wearing makeup every day is not something I can do all the time. And, like, I don't go any place very often to where I feel like I want to get all dressed up and wear makeup and stuff. But I think it's normal for people everyone, men, women, non-binary people, or everyone in between. Sometimes you just look at yourself and you're like, I am a potato. And sometimes you just gotta accept being that potato, because everyone is a different kind of potato. And some people like mashed potatoes, some people like hash browns and tater tots. Just learn to love your particular type of potato that you are.
For me, I can admit when I have a flaw, and I wouldn't say I'm narcissistic, but I do care a lot about my looks. I honestly don't care if people don't like it. Like, anytime I see a mirror, I'm looking in it. Like,
as you should.
I can't help it.
Because you need to feel good about yourself. Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't need that validation, I guess. It's just, I feel that that's the one thing that I'm good at, looking good. And I may not be like the best looking person in the world, but
shut up, you're gorgeous.
I'm not ugly. And
and ugly is in the eye of the beholder.
That's true. That's true.
Beauty and ugliness. So, I mean, somebody's 2 could be somebody's 10. So it don't matter. But I think as long as you have a balance, then like I said, obviously you want to feel good and look good about yourself. And like, I think it's when you put your looks above everything else. Like, you place your health lower than the way you look, because your looks don't like say necessarily that you're fit. You could like be like the most athletic person in the world. You could still like have some health problem. It's not, you can't just look at someone and be like, you're unhealthy just because they look bigger. Because people think I'm unhealthy because I'm fat, but I mean, I could probably run longer than you. I can't run fast, but I can run longer. Because I just have to outrun you. That's it. If we about to get killed, I just need to keep running.
Just keep going.
That's all I need.
You gonna stall whatever is coming after us long enough to where I can get away.
And thank you for that sacrifice.
I honestly, I don't know, but you were talking about running. Me and Jacob recently started running, like in the afternoon when he gets home from work. And I am building with stamina, but I am not the longest runner.
You just started though.
Yeah, I'm a pretty fast runner, but
it's because you don't have as much wind resistance as I do. That's what it is.
5 minutes into running, I'm just keep going. Keep going.
You got this. You're gonna make it.
And I'm trying to act normal, like my boyfriend will be looking at me and
that's the hardest thing to do when you run, because you don't want people to look at you like, are you okay? I'm dying.
I'm dying inside. Thank you very much.
Just thank you for pointing it out. Are you proud of the schedule you keep? How disciplined you are, how much you are able to accomplish. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got no kind of schedule. I just go through life. Like, I'm not a very routine person. Like, some things I'll be routine about, but for the most part, I'm just like, if I have the time and the money and the energy to do it, I will do it. If not, then, and I don't mean like energy as in like physical energy. It's more so like, is my level of anxiety and slight depression low enough for me to accomplish this today?
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll slap me in the face and be like, not today, bitch. And I'm like, okay, just climb back into bed.
And it's probably not a healthy mentality, but I am a firm believer in treat yourself, even if you don't deserve it. Like, I am constantly buying something online saying, I
I deserve this.
Treat myself.
I have worked hard for this. I have existed. That is why I need this.
If I do the slightest little bit of work, if I do anything, if I've had a bad day at school, if I've done some homework, I will treat myself. So my schedule is... What was the question again? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Are you proud of your schedule or routine or stuff that you accomplished?
Yeah, I get stuff done.
Or how much you're able to accomplish?
I think I'm pretty...
Yeah, when I set my mind to it, I can go ahead and do it. But, like, I ain't got no routine to it.
No.
No.
There is no, like...
Oh, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do this, then 4 o'clock. No. My boyfriend, Jacob, though, he is a lot better at that than I am. Because I think it's because he has to keep a routine. Because he has a very stable, like, job, and he goes to school. So he has to keep everything falling into place. And in general, he just keeps... Can we just... Slow clap it.
Jacob,
good job. Because he's in the living room. But it's being around him and stuff, dating him, it's been easier for me to somewhat keep up to his schedule, because sometimes when he stays over, I have to wake up to his schedule, because he has to wake up at like 4. He has to work at 5. So sometimes I'm like, well, I'm up for the next 5 hours. Might as well do something productive. So good job. There you go. But like, to anyone who has a routine, good job for you keeping up with that. Because I can't do that.
I don't have a routine, but I am a list maker. Like, I will most definitely fucking make a list in a minute. Like, when I know I gotta do something, I'll be like, alright, what do I gotta do first? How will I do it? So I do kind of plan things, but I don't
always make them come to fruition.
I don't always finish those lists. But I do get stressed out if I don't.
You set out to do it, though, and that is the point.